The President is not responsible for the authorization of the deployment of the South African Police Service Special Task Force or National Intervention Unit. Such deployments fall within the statutory and operational authority of the National Commissioner of Police of the South African Police Service. I have consequently not authorized any deployment of these teams either to Richards Bay Minerals or to any other place. The South African police execute their duties and functions in the protection of the people of South Africa and also the protection of the properties of the people of South Africa, including the various entities that operate businesses to drive our economy forward. And this is the task of the South African police. And where they believe that action needs to be taken, the National Commissioner is the one that directs that action should be taken. Honorable Speaker, we are going to have visitors. And let us all be united in making sure that we welcome our visitors. And as they leave, we must then insist that what we have done and seen done must continue. I have been one of those who has expressed my displeasure, my anger, my dissatisfaction with the state of the city that I was born in and grew up in. I've driven around the city, sometimes at night, sometimes during the day, and have seen how that city has really gone down. And it was to this end that I decided, working together with others, to set up the Presidential Working Group. We did that for eThekwini. When I had gone to eThekwini and had seen what eThekwini looked like and had met the business community who asked that we should take action, and we did. eThekwini is being turned around, and I've been to a number of other cities, including here in Cape Town, where many people live, been in the more affluent areas and in the poor areas. There is a lot of work that needs to be done all around. Our local government situation is not pleasing at all. We must all admit that. But rather than navel-gazing and pointing fingers, I call on all of us to stand up and do something and help to improve our cities, our local government. Rather than pontificate and say, no, you're doing this because visitors are coming. And of course, when in any household, when visitors come, they do a cleaning up. They clean up. They clean up. And I've just come back, when the member is listening, I've just come back from Indonesia, Jakarta. I've come back from Vietnam. I've come back from Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur. They all looked flawless, clean. I went to the G20 also in New Delhi 2 years or 3 years ago, and they had spruced up the city. You could see that this was done because visitors were coming. So when visitors come, we use that as a good stepping stone and a benchmark. The mayor himself and the premier have said that now that we have reached this level, we don't want to fall back and go back to what Johannesburg was. And I do believe that, and we are going to use this as a benchmark to improve. You will recall how our cities and towns looked like before the 2010 World Cup. What did we do? We folded our sleeves, all of us, developed many of our key towns, built stadiums, built roads, and those are still there. And similarly, we can do the same even now. So I want you to join me one day to go and clean up one of the streets along which the visitors are going to travel. you and I, so that we make it look better. So I hope you will join me. So all South Africans must be concerned at the apparent rise in gangster-related killings in Cape Town, as well as in other parts of our country. Every part of society needs to work together in support of our criminal justice system to bring these killings to an end. The murder of 7 young men at the Better Life informal settlement in Philippi is one of the most recent cases of brutality. The Philippi case remains under active investigation by our police. To date, 5 suspects have been apprehended in connection with that crime. The safety, protection, and well-being of all residents remain a central operational priority of the South African Police Service. In response to the persistent threat of gang-related violence, the South African Police Service, in collaboration with the Western Cape Provincial Government and the City of Cape Town, is implementing an integrated, intelligence-led and driven multidisciplinary approach. This is aimed at countering organized criminal networks and restoring stability in affected areas. As part of this broader framework, Operation Lockdown, implemented as a national intervention operation, was launched to stabilize identified high crime precincts through the deployment of specialized national resources and tactical units. Immediate and medium-term policing interventions currently being implemented include enhanced intelligence capability. This involves strengthening intelligence collection, analysis, and dissemination of proactively identify and disrupt gang operations. These interventions also include focused operational deployment. This involves targeted, intelligence-led operations such as Operation Chanela and Project Combat, which focus on the recovery of illegal firearms, dismantling of drug distribution networks, and the apprehension of wanted gang affiliates. Now, the South African Police Service implemented Operation Lockdown 2 to stabilize gang-affected areas in the Western Cape through the deployment of specialized national resources such as National Intervention Unit, Tactical Response Team, and the Public Order Policing. Now, Operation Lockdown 3 has now been launched, integrating the anti-gang unit and intelligence components to sustain high-impact operations across Cape Town and surrounding areas. Through sustained operational focus, intelligence-led policing, and strengthened community partnerships, the South African Police Service continues to prioritize the stabilization of gang-affected areas and the protection of innocent and vulnerable persons. There are quite a number of interventions that we intend to embark upon. And so you know, the leaders of the Government of National Unity held their retreat just this past weekend, and one of the issues that was prominently on the table was the issue of migration, more particularly the influx of illegal immigrants into our country. One of the most important interventions to tackle the problem of illegal immigration is to secure our borders. The newly established Border Management Authority has deployed 600 border guards at vulnerable segments of our country border system to prevent illegal migrants that are undocumented and are inadmissible from entering the country. I was talking to the leader of the BMA, and he was saying, Mr. President, we are making great success because we have, and he told me the time frame, been able to stop thousands of people from flooding into our country. So the BMA has demonstrated the effectiveness of modern technology, like the utilization of drones. Minister Schreiber has also related to me how the utilization of these drones has been most effective. They're also using body cameras in creating a more secure and digital border environment. Dr. Masia Pato was telling me, the leader of the BMA, that even as we will be having a flood of visitors to the G20, those who receive our visitors will be having body cameras. And that, in many ways, is the utilization of technology to make sure that we get rid of any form of corruption, any form of fraud, and we're able to ensure that those who interface with those who want to come into our country see that they are dealing with professionals. Phase 1 of the electronic travel authorization system is currently being rolled out for the G20 delegates. Over 200 applications have already been seamlessly processed by this new system, which uses machine learning to verify the authenticity of documents and facial recognition to secure immigration process. Following the stabilization phase around the G20, electronic travel authorization will be open for tourist visas and other visa categories. This will ultimately lead to the automation of entry and exit processes at our borders, including land borders. This will eliminate the space for the abuse of paper-based and manual processes through biometric verification and digital transformation. Another area of work is to detect, apprehend, and deport illegal migrants in our country. This is mainly done through intelligence-driven joint operations planned and executed by the Department of Home Affairs and the Inland Inspectorate and other structures. These structures are coordinated and account to the Interministerial Consultative Committee on Border Management and our net joints. In the past financial year, over 51,000 illegal immigrants were deported. Engagements with countries whose nationals are frequent transgressors are ongoing through discussions with their embassies, and these matters are also included as an agenda item on the binational commissions that we have with the various countries. So this is to ensure that the implication of illegal migration is understood. Illegal immigration does place a great deal of strain on our social services, and it also undermines our national security. Many of our people were very disturbed when they saw how, after a horrible bus crash which killed many people, people were seen to have hoarded a lot of medical medicines, which they were taking to their various countries. And a number of these people were not documented. So South Africans are justifiably concerned about the issue of undocumented migrants who come to our country.